Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Donnie, and I'd like to invite you guys to join me for a pipe and a pour. Cheers, y'all. Good to see you guys again. Thank you for joining me for a little bit. Hope everyone in the YTPC and beyond has had a fantastic week and a wonderful weekend so far. Coming to you live from the Pipe and Pour backyard studio. I've got the NCAA Final Four tournament going on right now. Hoping that NC State can pull it out against Purdue. Obviously, I'm pulling for NC State because Purdue beat my Tennessee Vols last week. Yeah, Purdue's a pretty good team, though. Purdue's a pretty good team, no doubt. Got the fire pit going over here. Spent the day working in the yard and taking care of some chores around the house. You know, the honeydew stuff, good stuff. But it's beautiful and just a little on the chilly side. You know, 50s or so. But sparked up the fire pit. So the last time I did that was Super Bowl weekend, when me and some buddies sat out here and watched Super Bowl because it was warm enough. Had the propane heater thing going as well as the fire pit, and smoking some nice cigars. I'll let that go out. Whoops. So when I sparked it up a little bit ago and got got some paper and some logs in there and lit them up and went inside to grab a pipe and a pour. I came back out and then like the whole patio was filled with this cigar smell. Didn't realize that a couple of my buddies had dumped the end of their cigar into the fire pit, and it was in there underneath, you know, where I dropped the paper in the fire. So it's actually kind of neat. It's nice, really nice aroma of cigars when I came back out. Today's pipe. This is an estate that I introduced you guys a little while back. Don't look at me, look at the pipe. There you go. I don't know if you can see that or not. It is a Butz Choquin or a I don't know. My Tennessee French accent, not great. But it is a Butz Choquin Capitan 70. Really love the shape of this in that it does have a wide yet flat, whatever that's called right there. I may have been into the pour a little too much already. I don't know. But I love this. It's a great shape, a great feel. Today's pour. I'm enjoying it old-fashioned. And as you can see, it's about gone. Made the old-fashioned with, it's one that I've talked to you guys about before, Blaum Brothers Nodder Rye. And honestly, I made it because it's a fantastic rye. It really is great. But it's getting close to the bottom. And the rule that me and Mrs. Pipe and a Pour have is no more bottles in the cabinet until one bottle leaves. I'm trying to finish this one up. But this was a single barrel pick from my old friends. I can't call them good friends because I haven't talked to them in a little bit. At Barrels and Brews. It was a local shop here that used to do amazing, fantastic picks. And again, Blaum Brothers is up in Illinois. I think I said Indiana last time, but they're in Galena, Illinois. This is 123.8 proof. Yeah, it's a strong one. It's a great one, though. And what's cool about this, so I'll go in there and see that. Barrel number 1. How cool is that? So this is their first barrel that they barreled in May of 2013. They bottled it in 2018, and here we are in Wow. 2024. I still got that much left. But it is really, really great. They're doing really great stuff, but I haven't seen them as much recently. Anywho, that is tonight's pour. And as I said, obviously, I'm enjoying it. Coming to y'all with a little bit more energy than usual. Got to sleep in a little bit this morning, and like I said, just chores, honey-do list, and cleaning out the flower beds, kind of, and vegetable garden beds, trying to get them ready to go. I'm a little behind on that, but work to do, but good work. I have that there. Grab the dead lighter. So today I wanted to come to you guys, and I talked about it last time. Got a really great response in my last Easter video, the one about, I gave some thoughts on freedom, because everybody's talking about it, and I think we're coming to realize that we all have different views of what freedom really is and what it really looks like. So I'm not going to cover that again. Talked about it last time. If you haven't watched it, I ask you to please take a look at it, because I tried to bring a different perspective to what we are all talking about in terms of freedom, and that it's not a singular, individual, all about me type of concept in my mind. And if you disagree with me, that's fine. I would love to hear from you if you disagree with me. Let's have a conversation about it. That's why we do this. In part, that's why I do it anyway. What I want to talk with you guys about today is I did want to recap my January through March English adventure, where I just focused solely on smoking English blends. And I've admitted before that I may have gone in and tried too many without getting to know any of these blends very well. So, pardon me, lesson learned, I guess, right? So, I wanted to go over that. I do have notes, so please forgive me as I read my notes. In total, I tried 15 different blends. I just wanted to kind of do a quick recap on the ones that I did. I couldn't rank them 1 through 15. I can tell you the ones that, so what I did is I went through and I put them into tiers 1, 2, and 3. Pretty evenly sought out. I will start at the bottom, however. So the tier 3, and again, I went back and I looked at my notes, I kind of refreshed. I smoked most of these at least twice, if not 3 or 4 times over the last 3 months. Again, not nearly enough to really get to know it, but enough to have some initial thoughts as to whether or not I want to spend more time with them. I do love this Butz Choquin, but it does get a little bit of gurgle, and I'm talking so much that it may or may not go out. We'll see how it goes. Anyway. Coming in third tier, the bottom third, Peter Stokkebye's English Luxury. I think the notes that I had on it were that it was good, but it was just slight. Everything about it was slight. Slight aroma, slight flavor, slight palate, slight nose. It was slight. Not bad, just wasn't memorable. Also in tier 3, if you followed along, you know, Ashton's Artisan blend just did not do it for me. It didn't. Even after I rehydrated for the better part of 2 months and tried it 2 more times, it just didn't get there. It was bland. It was plain. It didn't offer anything exciting that would draw me back into it again. Also, in the third tier, Sutliff's Eccentric, not eccentric, Eccentric. I actually had someone leave me a comment about learn how to pronounce it. Sorry, I'm a redneck from Tennessee. We say eccentric because it's easier than eccentric. But Sutliff Eccentric from the Birds of Feather. Hey, thank you, pal, for watching. Thank you. And I always say, conversation. Let me know. If I mess something up, you tell me. And you did, and I appreciate it. Sutliff's Eccentric from the Birds of the Feather small batch series. Admittedly, got into these because of the tin art and because they were blended by Per Jensen. But it just wasn't as good. It was middle of the road. Not even middle of the road. It didn't offer much this go around. And that's really it for it's not evenly spread out. It's the bottom third is not really the bottom third, it's the bottom three. In the next phase, tier number 2, I had the Straus Tobacconist Balkan Supreme, which I really can't help but wonder if it's actually Arango's Balkan Supreme, but just purchased at Straus Tobacconist. And again, that was a sample sent to me by my good buddy Wes Meisberger. Thank you, sir, again for that. Because also in there, and we'll get to that in a moment. Hold that thought, because it's on the border. Also in tier 2, Northwest Trek by Country Squire, which is a fantastic blend. It's an English aromatic, but the flavor, the palate did not, to me, live up to the nose. I wanted so much more from the flavor. It's good, it's not great. Also in number 2, Persian Slipper from Watch City Cigar. Fantastic blends that they do up there. This is more of a Balkan, I think, than really a true English, in that the Orientals took the lead. So that was tough, because I do love Balkans, and I love that floral that you get from those Oriental leaves. I really do. It appeals to me. Had to check the score. Purdue 53, NC State 42. I don't think NC State has much of a chance. Hold that thought. Welcome back, y'all. Had to take a quick break there. My wife and daughter just got home from my daughter's last performance in the school play today. So I had to get a quick update about how that performance went and what the plan for the evening was. So my apologies. Now, I believe I was talking about tier 2 in my English blend rankings. Northwest Trek being an English aromatic, Persian Slipper being a Balkan, which I really did enjoy, but not technically in English, so I can't really move it up to number 1, but I'm definitely going to smoke it again because it's fantastic. And then Squadron Leader from Sim Galwith and Father Dempsey in tier 2. Many of the comments that I got on my previous video about Freedom, where I was smoking Father Dempsey, I think the general consensus was it's solid. It's a really good English blend, but it doesn't blow your doors off. So, same thing with Squadron Leader. I really enjoyed Squadron Leader. I've smoked it probably 4 times since the last video I did. And it's really good. It's just light. So it's an enjoyable, pleasurable smoke. But it doesn't really, again, it doesn't blow your doors off. So that leaves 3 blends in tier number 1. And one of these may surprise you. I don't know. In tier number 1 was Arango's Balkan Supreme. Fantastic. It gives you all of that rich, deep smokiness that you want. I'm going to look at my notes over here in the old notebook of in that the nose of it can be pretty rough and pungent, but the flavor of it really comes together well, and I enjoyed it a lot. I really did. The Arango Balkan Supreme, top notch, top tier. The surprise in here is Peter Stokkebye's proper English. So the English Luxury was down in tier 3 just because it was super light, and is more of an English aromatic, I believe. Again, not bad, very good, just not as good as the rest of these. But the Peter Stokkebye proper English, it was proper English. Yeah. Let's see what I got on any of the notes for that one specifically. Where is it? Inviting smokiness, barbecue, slight floral on the nose. The palate, I noted that it was really good. The usual expected tart smokiness, deep and rich flavors, chocolate sweetness was really quite present and enjoyable. Very well balanced. So Peter Stokkebye's Proper English was my big surprise. As a bulk offering that you can easily get anytime from most places, top notch. Get you some of that. And then what I'm smoking today. I don't know how it happened this way. The very first blend in my English journey, if you recall, was Country Squire's Shepherd's Pie. I smoked it 2 other times after that first initial smoke with you guys when I introduced it as number 1, you know, my first English smoke of the year. So I had to come and revisit it. As I look back at my notes here on, I just, very simply, it's really, really good. It's subtle, it's well balanced. There's plenty of that, again, the deep, rich chocolatey that you expect. Not the chocolatey part, but the deep, rich smokiness that you expect. Apologies. It's got a nice nose on it. It's just really enjoyable. The aftertaste, I don't know if you guys ever pay attention to the aftertaste, but it's so good. It just hangs in there. It is a rich, full mouthfeel on the smoke, which I love. I think it's maybe why I'm not such a huge diehard fan of Virginias, is that they're kind of light in the smokiness and the mouthfeel, where this is, again, like talking about cigars, this is a rich, almost oily mouthfeel on the Shepherd's Pie. If you've not gotten any Shepherd's Pie from the Country Squire, highly recommend it. Also, again, highly recommend Arango's Balkan Supreme. Can be bought in bulk anywhere. Peter Stokkebye's Proper English, highly recommend. Can be bought in bulk anywhere. As I mentioned before, there's so many great Englishes out there. I didn't get to any of the Peterson offerings. I didn't even get to all of the Country Squire offerings, or the Boswell's offerings, or the Watch City Cigar offerings. There's so much more out there to explore. So I look forward to the rest of this year exploring some more of those. But for now, I don't know what I'm doing next. So there you have it. Thank you guys for following along with me as I get into these English blends. So much more to learn, so much more to experience, but I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Not sure what I'm going to do next. I may not do anything thematic or specific. It may be a whatever blend you pick up day, like Truck and Piper Bob's, whatever pipe you pick up Wednesday. I don't know, but thank you guys for being here. I'm going to sit here and finish off this Shepherd's Pie, a delicious, delicious blend from Country Squire, and watch a little NCAA. Alabama takes on UConn next, as well as my Nashville Soccer Club has a match tonight as well. So I'm going to enjoy this pipe, and I'm going to enjoy this pour. And I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. So, thank you for joining me for a pipe and a pour. You guys, take care of yourselves. And of course, take care of each other. We're all in this together. Take care, y'all. Bye-bye.